Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today we're going to be talking about how I try to buy here. So essentially, how to buy the dip plus what to do when the dip keeps on dipping. All right, let's get into the first slide. So have you guys ever thought, like maybe before you buy a stock, like before buying, you're thinking, well, a lot of these companies may be great in the long term. I just think that they'll be much cheaper in this market very soon. And then maybe all of a sudden they do get cheaper, and then you decide to go all in. And when I say all in, I don't mean like you put your whole portfolio into one stock. I mean, like, for example, say there's a stock you want to buy, maybe a Zoom. Your goal is to have an initial position of maybe, I don't know, 500, $1,000 in Zoom. You go all in by putting all that money into Zoom all at once. That's what I mean by all in. So you do that, and then right after going all in, you're thinking, I bought on Friday and was wondering if, then you insert the purchase price here, maybe it was like $100. $100 was a good entry point, or should I have waited a little more? And then after a few weeks or months go by, maybe even days for some of you guys after buying, you're thinking, I just want my, and then insert company here. So like maybe Zoom shares to go up, Amazon shares to go up, or I don't know, Activision shares to go up. So yeah, I think a lot of people have had these thoughts, and for me, this is my solution. This is how I try to avoid this, and no magic crystal ball needed at all. So this is what I do. So I try to buy the dip, but give yourself a deadline. That's really important. Give yourself a deadline to buy the dip. So for example, right now it is September. Maybe the deadline to buy the dip is the end of the month, so September 30th. So if the deadline is approaching and like it's like the last market day of the month and the market's about to close, you have to buy no matter what. Really important. You have to buy no matter what. And you need to buy the dip regularly. So for example, once a month or every single month. So once a month, every month. Really important, every month. If it was once a week that you were buying, once a week, every week. If it's once every 2 weeks, once every 2 weeks on the regular. You know, it's not like you just buy this 2 week period, you skip a month, and then you go in the next 2 week period. You have to do it consistently on a regular basis. And why do you do this? Well, you do this because this way, just in case the dip keeps dipping, you can always buy next time. Have you ever been in a situation where you did go all in and then you had no cash left and then the dip just kept on dipping, but then it's like, oh man, I don't have any cash to buy the dip after the dip. So instead of going all in and having no money to buy the dip after the dip, you can do this. That way you'll always have cash to buy that dip after the dip if it does come. So for example, let's say you have $50 extra at the end of each month and you want to buy Nvidia stock. So you could buy $50 worth of Nvidia stock each month. No more, no less each month. And each month you would try to buy the dip. So buy when you think it's at the lowest price for that month. And the thing is, you must buy before the end of the month. And some of you may be thinking, how do I buy $50 of Nvidia if it's over $200 for one share? Best answer for that is to use a site that uses fractional share trading, such as Fidelity. From what I've researched, I think Fidelity is probably the best when it comes to fractional shares. There's also no trading fees. And the link to that is at the top right here. I'll put a link to that right around here, so you should be able to see it right now. So yeah, so one quick question that I think I've gotten asked before is, so for this $50, would I have to buy that $50 all at once every month? Well, that's up to you. You can do it, like for example, if you think September 15th at 2 p.m. that was the dip, you can put all $50 in, or if you want, you can put like maybe $10 in on that day, and then the rest of the $40 you can wait the rest of the month to spend that extra cash. But the thing is, no matter how you spend it, you can spend like half at the beginning of the month, half at the end of the month, or everything at the beginning, everything at the end. The main takeaway is you have to buy all $50 worth before the end of the month. So as long as you can do that, you're good. Let's see. Next, yes, I have a 5-year monthly chart that I want to take you guys to. Let me show you that really quick. Yeah, so this is a 5-month, not 5. So this is a 5-year chart of Nvidia. This shows Nvidia on a 5-month basis. So every bar you see here, that's 1 month period of time. Here you can see, like right here, this is October 2018. Here, this is July 2018. The months are written right here. So, for example, let's say you started January 2018. So January 2018, that is right around here, around this time. So you bought once a month, and then you were trying to buy at the try to buy the dip for each month from January 2018 all the way to August of 2021, which is around now. So let's take a look at these numbers here. This is January 2018. For the high for Nvidia stock, it was at 62.32. The low was at 48.63. So that is 21.97% drop from the top. So you could have gotten it, if you were able to buy the dip, you could have gotten it for 21.97% cheaper than it was from the high. And if you did get it at the bottom, you would have gotten about 1.0282 shares if you bought it at the low for 50. That's what this column represents here. If you did suck at getting it, let's say you tried to get it at the low, but you actually got it at the high, the worst time that you could have possibly gotten it at, you would have gotten 0.8023 shares for that. So I calculated these. Well, I didn't calculate. I pulled these numbers and did some calculations from looking at this chart here. For every month from January 2018 all the way to August 2021, and then I added these up. So this number here, this 30.9554, this is how many shares you would have gotten in total of Nvidia if you had bought at the worst possible time ever for each month. So that's the highest point that it was for each month. And then if you were able to somehow time the market perfectly, that you got it on the dip every month, we would have gotten 38.2828 shares. So that is a difference of 7.3274 shares. You would have had an extra 7.3274 shares if you were able to do it perfectly. If you did like the worst possible outcome, you still would have had 30.9554 shares. So let's take a look at this in a little more detail. I put this number in the chart here. Let's go back. Yeah. So yeah, those are the shares. So you would have had, really quick, you would have had an initial investment of $2,200. So if you had put in 50 a month for 44 months, that's January 2018 to August 2021, 2,200 initial investment. And then after that, your 2,200, if you bought at the high, it would have turned into $6,857.25. If you bought at the low, which is the best possible time, this is worst possible time, best possible time, you would have had $8,480.41. So if you take your profit, you just subtract that 2,200 from both of these numbers. Profit, worst possible profit, $4,657.25. Best possible profit, $6,280.41. That is a difference of $1,623.17. So if you did time it perfectly versus the high, you would have had an extra $1,623.17. And for your ROI, worst possible ROI you'd have gotten is 211%, 212% around there. Best possible, 285% around there. So that's a difference of 73.28%. 73.78%, sorry. And yeah, so main thing, if you could not buy the dip, you still would have made money. And it's better than having it sit in a bank account doing absolutely nothing. So yeah, so try it every month. Try to buy the dip worst case scenario, you get something like this. Best case scenario, you get something like this. Next key takeaway. So yeah, pretty much what I said. Even if you weren't able to do the dip, to buy the dip, as long as you bought the same amount, really important here, same amount every month, you would have made money. And this method lets you have enough cash to buy the next time. That way you don't run out of cash. And it's best to do this with companies that have great products and services, and companies, I made a typo here, not companies with companies, that should be products. Companies with products that reflect your best vision for our future. And note, nothing works 100% of the time, so that's why we diversify. You don't want to go into only Nvidia. For me, I would go into like maybe start off with 10, build my way up to 20 stocks. 10 to 20 stocks would be pretty well diversified. So yeah. Anyway, last slide. If you didn't know, I have a Discord. I made a Discord a few days ago. It's called Stocks with Daryl. In the Discord, I make updates to what I'm doing with my own account and also with the public portfolios that I have online. The reason why I do that is because sometimes it takes a while to make a video and take it out, but it's just so much faster to just type something in the Discord so that that way I can give you guys the information really fast. And also there is a Google Sheet Stocks. Both links to both of these are in the description. Google Sheet Stock that shows my portfolios that I've made and I've made public. My goal is to outperform the market or the S&P 500 or the SPDR or the VU, whatever you want to call it, and try to get better performance than that. So I track that all in the Google Sheets, and you can see which portfolios are outperforming the market, which are not, what I bought, how many shares I got, all of that. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And oh yeah, really quick thing, in case I forgot to mention it, that chart, this thing right here, if you want to take a look at that, that is from Barcharts. Link to that is in the description as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.